Good afternoon, everyone. Jason here. Today is July 29th, and this is your aftermarket update. All right, so we had a decent day here at the Oil Trading Group. You can see from the price ladders in the top left-hand corner of the screen that we did end the day positive. We did have a really nice CL trade. We'll talk about it in just a moment. That did end up putting us over the top. We had started out kind of rough here today. There was some tweets that went out that sent the market rallying. We'd had a couple ideas to get short. Anyway, the market rallied. We had small stops. And on our winning trade, we had a 5-to-1 reward to risk ratio. So despite the fact that we had some losing trades to begin the day, and you'll see that when you look at the price ladders on the trade of the day video, we did have our 5-to-1 reward to risk trade times 2 lots that ended up getting us out of the hole here today. So let's talk a little bit. First thing I want to talk about, however, before we start talking about the trade of the day, is I want to show you this sweet spot retracement. This sweet spot retracement on the ES was really the trade of the day. You had another sweet spot retracement. We'll talk about it in just a moment. But if you look here, this trade here that triggered at around 6:45 a.m. this morning at 26.75 gave you just a couple of ticks of heat, 2 ticks of heat specifically, and then the market sold off for 11.25 points, right? You did get one more test back into that level before the market finished that move. And so that was our sweet spot retracement. That is part of our introductory training course. There'll be a link in the email or also in the video description down below you here to get you an opportunity to purchase that course, that introductory trading course with my favorite trade setup. And I think that would be, there's lots of value in that training course. Let's just put it that way. So a little bit later in the morning, market sells off to the low, rallies right back up. You can see here that as of 10:20, we said a.m. Central Time that there was another sweet spot retracement. That actually, that's close enough, right? It missed it by a single tick, right? But that's close enough here. And there was an opportunity for, let's get this out here. There was an opportunity on this move from the high of this bar down to the low here. There was another opportunity for 5 points on that sweet spot retracement, and it's in the process here of triggering one more time. So again, good opportunities there on those sweet spot retracements. Same thing here on the CL today. You had a sweet spot retracement that was triggered. This was as of 9:47. That high, or that sweet spot retracement was at 55. Market rallies up to 59, 4 ticks, and drops 22 ticks before resuming the rally. So that was a great opportunity for you there to be able to use that sweet spot retracement, and that is the sweet spot retracement right there. And again, we talked about that being as of 9:47 a.m. This actually triggered at 11 a.m. So again, that was something that we were watching for in the trade room. It did rally up into that area and then sold off quickly down to there. So again, that's part of the introductory training course. If you haven't done so already, I would highly recommend that you get your hands on that, because again, for the value to what you actually, what you pay versus what you get is extreme value in that regard. Let's talk about the trade of the day here today. Market rallies up. We were trying to get short in a couple places here today, and the market rallied on some Iran news from the State Department. Also, a few tweets that went out from the president, and the market caught a rally. Once the market rallies back here and begins this sell-off started happening at around 8:30 this morning. Market rallies right back into your daily structure extension 1. And again, we talk about being 10 ticks, a range, a box around these levels of 10 ticks. So this area here was at 65. The market comes down to 55. And this is where we get in short. Market rallies up, couldn't get through that level. And once it breaks back down, this is when we jumped on board the short. And we carried it down all the way down here for 50 ticks times 2 lots. This is going to be the trade of the day. I'm going to let you watch that trade of the day here in just a couple of minutes. But again, you'll be able to see in this trade of the day where we get in, where our stop is. We had a 10 tick. I believe we had a 10 tick stop on it, maybe 11. Either way, if it was 10 ticks, it's 5-to-1. If it was 11 ticks on the stop, then it's, what is that? That is 50 divided by 11. Then that is a 4.5-to-1 reward to risk ratio. I think it's a 10 tick stop, but I'm not entirely sure at the moment. I don't remember exactly, but you'll figure it out when you see me get in. And then as the market begins to break down through our levels, we had a really handsome ride for 50 ticks times 2 lots. So you're going to see where I'm going to get in. You'll see where the stop placement is, and then I'll cut the video into pieces, speed it up, put some music behind it, and then you'll be able to see where it is that we exited. So again, that was a really handsome trade of the day, 50 ticks times 2 lots on the CL. That allowed me to get out of the hole here today. And again, we had one more long here today, right in this area here, right at the close. We were long actually in this, I believe it was in this area here, right around the close. Market comes up. We ended up getting 4 or 5 ticks, comes up to 42, comes all the way back down into the DS mid, and then you can see that it's been rallying since. So again, you're going to get a good sense of this trade of the day. When I show it to you again, we're going to show you where we get in. We're going to show you stop placement. We're going to then cut it up into pieces, speed it up, put some music behind it, and you'll be able to get to see exactly how that trade of the day went. So without further ado, here is that OTG trade of the day. Hit but no fill at 55. Move it to 54. Hit but no fill, 54. In 54. I'll tell you why in just a second. 66 is your CL stop. You're targeting down to the DS mid at 12. All right, so we came up into the extension 1, couldn't get through it. Immediately right back down underneath here, the inside this range. You've got to get down through 50. You've got the DS signal and the mid at 29. That could be a place where you pause. I'm looking to come all the way down to the mid at 12.